What's to do, YouTube? This is your boy Eco Gamer, and I'm going to be discussing my 6 months with the Ryzen 1700X. Now, when I first got the Ryzen, I'm going to go over the issues I had with it so far. So when I first got the Ryzen CPU, I went with the 1700X since I mostly multitask and stuff like that. So the issues I had was with the motherboard, which I have remedied. I bought the MSI Tomahawk edition, which was one of the cheaper boards I could get with the system. Though the CPU did not come with a Wraith cooler since it was the 1700X. I did get liquid cooling for it, which runs fine. I overclocked it to 3.8 gigahertz, which was an issue as well because the motherboard's BIOS had to be updated, so that took about like a couple weeks to fix. But after that, everything was running pretty smoothly. I've still had overclocking issues, which I finally managed to get a sweet spot with, so I got a new board which can overclock. It doesn't mess up my RAM or anything like that. Now, performance drops at 1080p are definitely noticeable between Intel and Ryzen, which is another issue. But if you're gaming at 1440p or even 4K, the difference is night and day, minimal whatsoever. There might be like a 2% difference from the charts I've seen online. So the gaming difference is like not much. If you're gaming at 1080p, I'd recommend getting Intel, but if you want to go higher resolutions, the Ryzen is perfectly capable. Now, let's go over the pros of a Ryzen. The price. The price is perfect. I got it for $400, 8 cores, 16 threads. If you want to get that similar performance, you'd have to pay $1,000 on Intel's side. I know they came out with their new CPUs, but they're sold out short supply. So, Ryzen 1700X has gone on sale for as low as $300, which that price alone for what you're getting, if you're gaming on a 1080 or 1080 Ti, the Ryzen is definitely easy to go with if you're not going to game at 1080p. Then Ryzen is definitely good on a budget. Another bonus is that this CPU loves higher resolutions. Like, the higher I go, the better it performs. I don't know why, it just does it. Maybe it's taking advantage of all those cores it has. I noticed in Rise of the Tomb Raider and other games I've tested that the more CPU cores are active, the more it performs better. Now, let's talk about multitasking, since that's what most people are buying Ryzen for. Now, I myself bought Ryzen for the multitasking because my i5-6600K was having recording issues and stuff like that. Video capture is much smoother and less glitchy than it was on Intel CPUs. Maybe that's because I was using an i5. I don't know. But video capturing is seamless now. There's no glitch, there's no lag, there's nothing like that. I can multitask while it's recording stuff and then video editing, all that. So I like to multitask. I like to watch podcasts while I'm playing games like Killing Floor 2, which does not reduce my frame rates. When I did that on my old i5, there were definitely frame rate drops here and there. So that is a win-win, win-win. I could be uploading a video, listening to music, watching a video, playing a game, while video capturing, all of that at the same time with zero performance loss to my frame rates. It is awesome. Now, another aspect to Ryzen is, I'm sure some of you out there are asking, what is the volts rate? Well, if you look at now most people think AMD chips run hot. This chip runs very cool. It very rarely goes over 50C, and I have it overclocked to 3.8 gigahertz. And the highest it would go is 75, and that's when I'm running Cinebench. So that is not bad at all. And my Cinebench score was 1641, which is beating out Intel's higher CPUs. Now, another big bonus for Ryzen is definitely that I'm not looking at this as a negative. The overclocking can be a little buggy at times, but if you got the right cooler, you can easily get it over at 4 gigahertz. So if you're willing to go through those headaches and hurls, you can go with that. It's definitely worth that as well. Games that I've had issues with, not many. My older backlog seems to be completely compatible with this system, so I'd say it was a pretty good buy for what I got it for. Now, I personally did not pay for my Ryzen build. I had it donated to me because one of my friends had it, but I'd say it was pretty good. I have been enjoying it since then for the last 6 months. The first month was kind of a pain in the ass, but after that, it's been pretty good. I know I had an issue with the motherboard, but that wasn't the Ryzen's fault. That was a motherboard issue. And if you look in the long term, AMD is going to support the Ryzen motherboards for 4 years. So you don't have to worry about like these Intel's X, whatever it was, the X process, 7800X. which consumes more power on average. So you'll have a cheaper electric bill. So that's something for you to know about. So that's my experience with Ryzen. I can recommend it for pretty much anything. If you're looking to game at 1080p and still want to do Ryzen, I would recommend the 1600 or the 1600X. Those are the best sweet spots, and they only cost you $200. And they have 6 cores. You don't have to pay $300 or $400 for Intel. And if you want to game at high resolutions on a 1080 or 1080 Ti like I'm doing, I'd recommend the 1700. You can get the 1700X, but the performance difference is not per price on that. But if you see 1700X on sale for $300, just get it. Like, it works great. It just does. Like, for high resolutions, you'll definitely see a negligible difference between this and Intel's new CPUs, which are kind of hard to get right now. So, yeah, that's Ryzen, guys. It is definitely worth looking at. This is your boy Eco Gamer. Out!